Hey everyone, this is Michael Brook on the lessons survival training can bring to relationships. Over a period of several years, I did a lot of survival training courses with a former Special Forces survival instructor. He was an amazing guy, and I learnt so much from him. And over the period of doing those trainings, and after that, I've done a number of survival challenges where I've put myself way outside of my comfort zone in order to see if I could survive in particular environments. The first one of which that I did was a winter survival challenge where in the middle of winter, both myself and another guy went into the space that we were going to survive in, and we were supposed to survive when it got down to 3.5 degrees Celsius using only the clothes we had and small items in a backpack. No food, no water, no shelter was taken into the environment, no tents, nothing. It was just what you take in is what you've got. And that went for 3 days. It was rather interesting. On the evening of the second night, it got down to 3.5 degrees Celsius. So it was very cold. That was the first one. Next one was interesting. I wanted to see if I could do that by myself. So I did a 3-day survival challenge where it was just me in the bush taking into the environment only the items I could put in a M79 field parker. It was a fair bit more minimalist, and it was just me in the space by myself, taking no water, no food, no shelter into the environment, and being able to get what I needed from the environment. The third challenge I did was a remote tropical island survival challenge where I was dropped on a remote tropical island with 6 litres of water, no food, no shelter, on an island with no water source off the coast of Vanuatu, and with jungle down the waterline to survive with no rescue. There was a couple of kilometres between the island and the mainland. That was an interesting experience. There's a few understandings from those experiences that are directly applicable to relationships. The first thing is that change never happens in your comfort zone. By getting cold, by getting thirsty, by getting hungry, by being in an environment where literally everything is taken away from you, you learn what you're capable of doing. And you don't learn what you're capable of doing until the things that you thought you needed were taken away from you. And by deliberately going through those experiences, you learn actually people don't need a whole heap of things to survive. You don't need a whole heap of things to get by. And what a lot of people do is they wrap themselves in layers of comfort that in the end stifles their capability to deal with change. Now, when I see clients come to me in their relationship in a crisis, they're having a whole heap of change going on in their relationship. Their comfort zone of their relationship has now become very uncomfortable, and they will do anything to get out of that discomfort. When that's going on, change is mandatory. You might have seen my video. I've got a video called The Iron Law is Growth. When relationships go into crisis, the iron law is growth. And the discomfort of the crisis will force adaptive change. Now, by virtue of going through survival experiences where I've deliberately placed myself into environments that are extremely uncomfortable, I've learned a tremendous amount about what I was capable of dealing with. And I've grown tremendously from that. The benefits of doing those experiences are amazing, but you don't get those benefits without going through the discomfort. When I work with clients, I say very clearly, it's my intention to make you both equally uncomfortable. I'm going to be asking both people to do things that are outside of their comfort zone, not because I want people to be uncomfortable, because that's where the growth is, that's where the benefit is. One of the big lessons of doing survival challenge is that comfort and growth are antithetical. You cannot have growth in the comfort zone. You have to step out of the comfort zone in order for you to grow. Relationship crisis will push you out of your comfort zone, and then you're going to be doing things that are uncomfortable. You're going to be doing things that you might not have wished or wanted to have happened. But if you embrace that change, if you embrace that experience, well, then you get to a place that's much better, and you learn and grow about yourself as an individual. And if two people are doing that at the same time, they'll learn and grow about how the relationship. If both people are doing, if both people are doing that at the same time, they'll learn and grow from the experience of being discomforted. So it's necessary. Discomfort is necessary for change. So that's the first one. The next one is that of the importance of love. Love is incredibly important. When you're on a place where there's no one around, you take away all the distractions, all the noise of everyday life. When you take around all the distractions of phone calls, emails, notifications, all this kind of thing, when you take away all those things, then there's just you. And a lot of people try and avoid themselves by filling up their life with noise. And when you take away all the noise, there's just you and the emptiness of the natural environment. When you sit in that for a few days, the emptiness is a reflection of yourself. And you see yourself and you learn about yourself. It's really important to make love a central part of how you live your life. It's really important for you to do things you love. It's really important to do things with the people you love. And it's really important for you to spend your time focusing on doing the things you want. Because in a survival circumstance, death is not an abstract thing. If there's a very fast current 50 meters offshore and you swim out into that current and that current picks you up and takes you away and there's nothing but 1,000 kilometers of blue water between you and Hawaii, if you get 50 meters offshore and you're picked up by the current, you're not swimming back. And so death is not an abstract thing in a survival circumstance. It's really, really useful to focus on the question, what's worth living for? And many people don't like to think about that. Many people do not like to think about the fact that death is actually very close to them, that they think they've got a lot more time than what they do until something happens. And I see that in my practice as well. People will meander through life. People will put their relationship on a back burner, and people will treat their partner with casual indifference until their partner has a heart attack, or until their partner has a stroke, or until their partner has an affair, or until their relationship gets to the point where they go, hang on, I'm really, really unhappy with this. And if they focus on the preciousness of life, they focus on the finiteness of it, and they focus on the fact that one day they're going to be dead, they're probably putting a little bit more effort into making sure their partner's happy and loved and respected and desired, and asking for those things from their partner. It's really useful to hold in your attention the finiteness of life, because then you get to appreciate absolutely everything and realize the specialness of every moment. When I work with my clients, I attempt to get them to do that, to hold in their awareness the finiteness of everything and the specialness of every single moment. So that's that. And the final one is also just being incredibly aware of just how important being true to yourself is. Often people will try and live their lives through other people, or they'll let their other people's limitations control their life. And it's really useful if you push your boundaries and limits, then you can see that a lot of other people have limits that are very, very finite. And that if you buy into those, if you allow them to control your relationship or your life, then you never actually get to have a life that you want. And that's not something worth sticking around for. So it's really important for you to push your edge. It's really important for you to get out of your comfort zone. It's really important for you to try new and different things. And it's really important to focus on doing what you love with the people you love in the time that you have, because you never know when it's going to finish. These are the lessons that I've learned from doing survival training. I highly recommend to everyone to get some survival training, because while the vast majority of people will never be in a situation where they need to use that survival training, what's useful about it is to be able to step out of your comfort zone, be able to grow and learn that most of the time the limitations you have are the ones you place on yourself. I hope this has helped. Thanks so much for watching this content. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I look forward to making more relationship related content for you shortly. Thanks very much. Bye.